Aaron Bowes to give us a few comments, or he's made some updates since our budget work session on Tuesday night, and then I'll read my letter presenting the budget to you and to our community for this year.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. So I sent out the overall proposed budget with the mayor's letter. Just a few things to note on that. Under the general fund, we reduced those expenses by $25,000, and that comes from police. There was a line item in there to transfer some funds over to the asset forfeiture fund. We decided not to do that this year, so we're going to reduce their expenses down by $25,000. So total use of unrestricted reserves for the general fund was $1.9 million even. And then on the combined utilities, as we discussed, we had already sent out the budget documents for that work session before the East Bardstown line and the water tower bids came in. So as we discussed, I adjusted those down. I was able to reduce expenses by $1.2 million. And increase revenue by about the same amount. So the net change was nothing for that fund, but it did reduce the total line items down just to cover those items. And then also in that handout, we don't necessarily go over these during work sessions, but the non-major funds are listed there. Those are pretty much just ins and outs of either revenue or expense coming to or from the combined utilities or the general fund. So overall, they're not very significant to the overall operations of the city. So, you guys have any questions? No.
If there's no other questions or no questions for Aaron, I'd like to read our letter that is included in your packet. Of course, you all have got the entire budget now, the final version of it in the packet, so you can review that before our upcoming votes at the city council. Excuse me. It's my pleasure to present to you the fiscal year 2025 budget for the city of Bardstown. Our city is financially sound and able to meet the many needs for major investment in several capital projects, along with the rising cost of providing normal city services for our residents and businesses. This budget is approximately $8.1 million higher, or about 10% than fiscal year 24, which reflects continued major capital investments in our general fund and combined utilities. These projects are part of our 5-year planning for upgrades needed now to existing infrastructure and new projects, which will put Bardstown and Nelson County in position to handle the projected growth and demand and need for these services. Our fiscal year 25 budget includes a 3.4% raise for our employees. This will keep our pay plans competitive with both public and private sector in which we compete for these employees. Much of the growth in both the general fund and combined utilities are the result of many months of planning, analysis, and design, which brings us to the point of bidding and letting many of these much needed projects in the coming fiscal year. One of the more exciting projects that will be designed this year is the long-awaited new indoor sports and aquatic center. This project has been in the works for 3 years. To date, a master plan, demographic survey, field work, geotechnical testing, expense and revenue projections, programming assessment, and property survey have been completed. We hope to make a formal announcement on this project to start within this budget year. The city is fortunate to have a large amount of unrestricted reserves to help fund the many capital projects we have budgeted for this year. However, a significant amount of debt service may be added to finance the growth in demand for the city services. This is the budgeted financial plan for the coming fiscal year beginning July 1, 2024 through June 30th, 2025. This plan includes the following major projects and planning for future projects. Approximately $2.2 million for the final detailed design of our multi-million-dollar indoor sports and aquatic facility and revitalize Jones Avenue Park campus, bringing a premier family-oriented park complex to our community. $312,500 towards the planned purchase of a new ladder apparatus for our fire department, enhancing the safety of our citizens and visitors. Over $750,000 in grant funds we have received related to the construction of a sidewalk along Templin Avenue, passing the new Bardstown Elementary School and ending at the future Western Bypass, creating additional pedestrian connections to our vast sidewalk and multi-use path network. Over $29 million invested in utility infrastructure projects that include $650,000 in electric infrastructure work to improve redundancy, system efficiency, and reduce outages. Approximately $8.7 million, which is fully funded through a low-interest KIA loan invested in our East Bardstown water zone to increase water flow, stabilize pressure, and create system redundancy for the expanding commercial and residential customer base in that area. $750,000 for new AMI metering program, providing water customers real-time data on water uses and leak alerts, all while allowing us to improve system efficiency and water loss. Over $3.4 million towards increasing sewer pump station capacity that will allow and better prepare for future growth in our community. Over $10.7 million offset by a $1 million EPA grant to expand the capacity and improve treatment efficiency of our Town Creek water treatment facility. In closing, I want to thank the dedicated staff here at the City of Bardstown for their great work and tireless efforts during the past year. The City Council has been focused, supported to the needs of our community and its citizens. Thank you for your service. Finally, I want to thank our citizens and customers for their cooperation and use of city services. It is an honor to serve such a great community. With your continued support, we will continue to be one of the best places to live, work, and raise families. Sincerely, myself, Dick Heaton. So it's great to get this behind us. This is always one of our hardest months or two of the year as we prepare this budget and you all go through the work sessions with us. I really appreciate all your all's hard work and support, and look forward to working with you as we move forward on these many projects. It's an exciting time, and a lot of these projects are long overdue, so it'll be good to start them and hopefully work towards completing them over the next couple of years. Anybody have any other comments today? Well, if not, then I would ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved, Mayor.
A motion by Councilman Hibbs, and I think a second by Councilman Shekels. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned, so thank you all for taking time. I know it's hard when we're in the middle of a work day, but thank you all very much, and thanks for all the work on this budget. I think it's great that we can put all these projects together for our community. Y'all have a safe weekend.
Thank you, Mayor. Work
Have a
hard.
good one.